Hello and welcome to the channel. If you are a nurse working at the bedside and looking for a remote job, or if you are a current remote nurse and looking for a different remote job, you are in the right place. Hello, my name is Jazzy RN, and the goal of my channel is to help nurses pivot from the bedside to remote work. Before I get into these jobs, I have a couple of announcements, or just one quick announcement. Make sure you go to the description box below. I have plenty of resources for you there. I'm going to show you my resources just right quick. The very first one is the telehealth companies. I have over 90 companies on this one, this link. And most of these companies are for nurses who live in the US, and these are for US companies. Now, some of these companies are actually international. So if you live in a country such as Canada, Australia, the Philippines, etc., there are some companies that hire nurses to work remotely from their countries. Also, I want to mention if you scroll more towards the bottom, you will see where you can go. I'm sorry, it's a very long list. You will see where you can go to get your do your own due diligence. Now, down here where it says Glassdoor, you can do your research on Glassdoor as well as Reddit. My favorite Reddit threads are Remote Nurse Job Board and Remote Nursing. There's also Comparably, Team Blind, and Fishbowl. And just a FYI, you don't need to have a Reddit account to view the Reddit posts. But if you want to respond or create a post yourself, you must create a Reddit account. And the second one is my very favorite. It's Resume Tips. You will see this. I'm not going to go over the whole site, but I want to mention on the left-hand side, make sure you're adding platforms to your resume. That includes Epic, Microsoft Office, Cerner, ProTouch, etc. You want to add platforms, or you can use software used to your resume to make it look more tech savvy. And also write your resume with this in mind: what you did, why it's important, and how it relates to the job that you want. And also write your resume for the job that you want, not the job that you have. So if you're going from a bedside to remote work, you don't want to put your, I would have to say, your labor skills on your resume. So anything regarding administering medications, wound dressing changes. Whenever you work from home, you won't be administering any medications or doing wound dressing changes. You want to make sure you focus on your tech skills, your Cerner skills, Microsoft Office, documentation skills, how you comply with HIPAA. Because whenever you're working from home, there's also HIPAA regulations as well. And make sure that you're including your communication skills and leadership skills, how you communicate with a patient, with the patient's family, or your coworkers. And on the right hand side here is my template of how my resume looks. Now, if you want to get more resume tips, you can go here. I am not a professional resume writer, but I highly suggest you go here to look at examples. My favorite one is Northwell Health, and this link will bring you to their 17-page PDF. And it's a resume writing guide. And they have not only templates there for nurses, but if you are a graduate student, a nursing student in social work, if you're returning to the job force from a sabbatical, if you're, let's say, a former, let's say, a Marine or someone in the armed forces and returning to private sector, there are resume templates for you here. And the last one I'm going to show you right quick is my remote nursing job FAQs regarding if you need a compact license, the interview process, moving to different states, learning utilization management. And just a FYI, I've worked in utilization review, aka utilization management, for over 3 years. So let's get started. This first job is with Ovatient, and the job is a virtual care medical assistant. This job is per diem PRN virtual care medical assistant. And I'm going to go straight to the qualifications. Make sure you meet the minimum qualifications before you apply. So here for this job, they require you to have accredited medical assistant program, nursing assistant program, or LPN with compact license. I won't go over every single bullet point. You must have at least 5 years of clinical experience in primary care or urgent care, intermediate to advanced computer skills as evidenced by ability to navigate multiple systems, utilizing the same computer monitor, and quickly learn and navigate software programs and applications, which is why I did mention earlier to make sure you add platforms to your resume. I'm going to skip this next one. Experience and proficiency working with electronic medical records, EMR software. So that's Cerner. That can be Epic, ProTouch, Meditech. Make sure you promote your EMR um, proficiency. And I'm going to skip all the way down to this last one. Flexibility to work varying shifts, including weekends and holidays as needed. And just a FYI, that is normal to work weekends and holidays as needed. Sometimes the company will have you on rotating weekends, or maybe you work one weekend a month and then rotating holidays. Or let's say the holidays are voluntary. If not enough people volunteer for the holiday, then they'll just pull people to work the holiday. And then bonus points if you have at least 2 years patient centered medical home, PCMH, supporting delivery of integrated primary care and behavioral health services, experience with CMS, chronic care management, remote patient monitoring, and remote therapeutic guidelines and documentation practice, expertise with Epic, electronic medical record. And even if your current job does not, or your previous jobs don't have any Epic experience, but you had Epic experience in nursing school, I would still try to add Epic somewhere in your resume. Uh, Bonus points if you are bilingual in Spanish and English, previous experience in supporting care management, including knowledge of complex care management and care management principles, and state certification as a MA, NA, or LPN. And then here are the work at home requirements you can read at your leisure. This company is Corvell Corporation, and they're hiring a care advocate nurse. This job is full time. You must have at least 2 years clinical nursing experience, graduate of an approved accredited school of nursing, a current unencumbered RN license in state of residency, and practicing state must be maintained throughout employment with Corvell. So if you are working remotely as an RN, you want to make sure you keep your RN license active the entire time. And the pay for this job is 61,000 to 98,000 per year. This next company, this is Ascension, and they're hiring a registered nurse utilization review, and this job is full time. I do want to add a disclaimer. I notice that Ascension, whenever they're posting jobs, they do post their jobs, and then the jobs this delete is deleted from their job board or careers page pretty quickly. So make sure if you find any Ascension job that you are interested in, make sure you apply immediately. So this job is full time. The department is utilization management. The salary is 84,000 to 118,000 per year. This says Texas, but the pay ranges vary based on candidate geographic location. Requirements include a licensed RN credential from the Texas Board of Nursing or a current home state license for multi-state license recognition compact state obtained prior to hire date or job transfer date required. And your education must be at least a diploma from an accredited school or college of nursing or a required professional licensure at time of hire. Cohere Health is hiring an RN reviewer, and this job is also full time. The must haves for this job is an active, unencumbered RN license and state of residence, 3 years or more of clinical experience, utilization management experience, experience in acute or post acute settings, comfortable using Mac and Google Workspace, strong communication skills, and continuous improvement mindset. Preferred is HEDIS abstraction, legal RN, or utilization review background, and a bachelor's degree in nursing, business, or related field. The salary for this job is 33 per hour to 35 per hour, and the interview process will include an internet speed test and behavioral interview with your hiring manager. I do want to add a quick announcement. I do want to mention that if you are applying to different job types, so case management is also known as care management, utilization review is also known as utilization management, or it could be clinical review. There's also appeals or documentation specialists, so on and so forth. I suggest that you have a folder for each job type. You don't want to have one resume for every job you're applying to. So let's say you're applying for a case management job and you're pulling your resume to be for it to be uploaded to the let's say the Workday or whatever website, career website. Make sure you're pulling the correct job, the correct resume from the correct folder. That way, you're using the correct resume, and you don't want to be using the same resume for every single job you're applying to. Just so FYI, this may help you with landing that remote role. Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina is hiring a managed care coordinator too, and this job is oncology focused. It is full time, and you have until August 3rd to apply. This job hours is from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and that's weekdays. What you'll need is an associate's in a job related field, graduate of accredited school of nursing, or 2 years job related work experience, 4 years recent clinical in defined specialty area. Specialty areas include oncology, cardiology, neonatology, maternity, rehabilitation services, mental health, chemical dependency, orthopedic, general medicine or surgery, or you can have 4 years utilization review, or case management, or clinical or combination. 2 to 4 years must be clinical. Required skills and abilities include working knowledge of word processing software, knowledge of quality improvement processes, and demonstrated ability with these activities, knowledge of contract language and application. I'm going to skip over some of these sentences. Required software and tools include Microsoft Office. You must have an active unrestricted RN license from the US and in the state of hire, or an active compact multi-state RN unrestricted RN license. Bonus points if you have a BSN in nursing, 3+ years of oncology experience, working knowledge of spreadsheet database software, thorough knowledge or understanding of claims, coding analysis, requirements, and processes. And if you have a case manager certification, clinical certification, and specialty area, this job did not include the pay. This next position is RN Appeals Analyst. This job is full time, and you have until August 31st to apply. But I do suggest you don't wait, you apply immediately. This job is 40 hours per week. You will work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Qualification include associate's degree in job related field, graduate of accredited school of nursing, 2 years of clinical experience plus 1 year utilization, medical assurance or home health, or 3 years clinical. I'm going to skip some of these bullet points. Required software includes Microsoft Office, and you must have an active unrestricted RN license from the US in state of hire, or active compact multi-state unrestricted RN license. Gravy is hiring a senior quality assurance nurse manager. This job is full time. Compensation is 109 to 150,000 per year. Qualifications include active unrestricted RN license, BSN or related field preferred, 7+ years clinical experience with at least 3 to 5 years in quality assurance, compliance, or accreditation within a health plan, managed care, or healthcare operations environment, 3+ years leadership experience, deep understanding of that's utilization management, or CM, case management processes, regulatory requirements and accreditation standards, strong analytical and problem solving skills with demonstrated ability to translate data into actionable insights. Lucet is hiring a care manager, and this job is full time. The annual compensation is between 65,000 to 75,000 plus an annual performance based discretionary incentive. Qualifications include current unrestricted state license to independently practice as a clinical social worker. I'm going to skip that. We're going to focus on the RN in the applicable state. 3 to 5 years of direct clinical care experience in a facility based and or outpatient behavioral health or substance use treatment settings. Strong clinical judgment and case management skills with the ability to support members through complex care transitions. I'm going to skip the next bullet point. Proficiency in Microsoft Office, Outlook, and Word, with the ability to document in real time while engaging with members, ability to interpret and apply medical policy and clinical criteria, ability to pass background check upon hire and throughout employment to include criminal felony and misdemeanor search, SS invalidation, trace search, education report, civil, upper and lower search, 7 year employment record, federal criminal search, statewide criminal search, widescreen plus national criminal search, healthcare sanctioned state med, National Sex Offender Registry, prohibited parties, and a 10-panel drug screen. Prenovo is hiring a clinical risk manager, and this job is also full time. This job is a little bit different. They require you to have an active RN license or a Juris Doctorate required. A strong background in patient relations or healthcare conflict resolution with verifiable skills in de-escalating high tension situations. Solid understanding of clinical risk protocols, medical legal concepts, and frameworks like the Patient Safety and Quality Improvement Act. Exceptional interpersonal, written, and remote communication skills. That includes video conferencing, Slack, Google Suite, and Jira. Nice to haves include a Juris Doctorate, NRN, dual qualification as a Juris Doctorate and registered nurse is a major plus, and willingness to obtain multi-state licensure as Pronuvu expands. And the base salary for this job is $100,000 to $115,000 per year.